Hello people, fellow humans. I started watching this film called You Are a Zombie by Kitzo Green. It's a clip of a film called Warm Bodies about zombies. I never watched zombie films. Anyway, this got me thinking, because I remember something sometime back, seeing something about preparations for zombie attack on the internet years ago. So it's always been in the back of my mind. This has just brought it right forward. I just typed in council protocols for zombies, and this is what I found. Right, I'll read it out. This is the Guardian. When zombies attack, Bristol City Council ready for undead invasion. Local authorities reveals top secret plan outlining self-defense strategies should zombies invade. Local authorities routinely have detailed emergency plans for natural disasters, such as floods and man-made atrocities, including terrorist attacks. But according to a top-secret plan revealed after a Freedom of Information request, Bristol City Council appears well prepared for a zombie attack. And Mr. P. Storr contacted the council wondering what plans have been laid down in case the undead invade. Rather than ignoring the request or dismissing it, an officer wrote back, light-heartedly of course, setting out the best ways to tackle zombies and highlighting areas of the city considering high-risk areas. Peter Hull, Service Director of Communications and Marketing, wrote back to the store in response to your request. In response to your request for details of Bristol's City Council's contingency plans for dealing with zombies, I can now release you the following strategy document. Please note that this document contains various redactions, as it has been considered that some information contained therein must be redacted for the purpose of safeguarding national security. Marked top secret, the document, which has been published on the What Do You Know site, sets out 4 alert states. 1. Ambient zombie level, business as usual, but be on the lookout for telltale signs. 2. Enhanced activity level, confirmed zombie attacks on the populace. 3. Major outbreak, zombie infection level in excess of 1%, multiple sightings across the city. 4. Zombie pandemic level, concentrated outbreak with infection levels over 30%. The report suggests certain parts of the city, Whitechurch Park, Shirehampton and Totterdown, are particularly at risk, and adds that false positives have been found in Stokes Croft, the city's bohemian quarter that was the scene of riots this year after the opening of a new Tesco store. To avoid the widespread panic, staff are asked to listen for code words on radio and television broadcasts to warn them that a zombie attack is underway. Under health and safety, the document urges staff to remember the correct zombie killing procedure. Fully disconnect the brain stem from the body. Hang on a minute, let me show you this better. Okay, I'm in shock. I don't know if you can read this or not, because I'm lying in bed with a bad back at the moment. Under the health and safety, I'll read this again. Under health and safety, the document urges staff to remember the correct zombie killing procedure. Fully disconnect the brain stem from the body through either blunt force or full head removal. In the procurement section of the document claims cuffs, stun guns, protection suits, etc. are available on the staff intranet. An annual training schedule for designed officers is in place. The document reveals, to avoid public panic, this is billed as a gaming festival. The report says and adds that staff fully qualified in zombie handling pirate outbreaks and for spotting the difference between genuine hot air balloons and evil giant floaty space aliens. What the fuck are they doing? What is going on here? Can you hear this, people? Exemption and accreditation in the training for handling pirate outbreaks and for spotting the difference between genuine hot air balloons and evil giant floaty space aliens. What is that? Some sort of a code? Is that a code? Right. Let's go back. Right. Hang on a minute. I'm going to go back a page. Britain is well prepared. Yeah, look. That's the top one we just looked at. The next one. Britain is well prepared to fight an apocalyptic zombie invasion. Telegraph. A zombie invasion is a problem that may seem to belong in a horror film rather than to real life. But nonetheless, the British government believes it has worked out the best way to cope with one. The Cabinet Office would lead Britain's response to a zombie apocalypse, according to an official response to a Freedom of Information request. In the event of an apocalypse brought about by an army of the undead, civil servants would coordinate the military's efforts to return England to its pre-attack glory. According to a Freedom of Information request that has revealed the country's contingency plans. The MOD would not lead efforts to plan for such a zombie attack or deal with the aftermath, because that role rests with the Cabinet Office, which coordinates emergency planning for the government. Details about the authorities' surprising level of readiness for a zombie onslaught emerged in response to an inquiry from a member of the public. In the event of the MOD replied, in the event of an apocalyptic incident, e.g. zombies, any plans to rebuild and return England to its pre-attack glory would be led by the Cabinet Office, and thus any pre-planning activity would also take place there. The Ministry of Defence's role in such an event would be to provide military support to the civil authorities, not to take the lead. Consequently, the Ministry of Defence holds no information on this matter. The army is frequently called to save the day in zombie films. Soldiers arrive in the nick of time, for example, to rescue the hero of the climax of Simon Pegg's comedy Shaun of the Dead. This is not the first time that public authorities have provided tongue-in-cheek responses to Freedom of Information requests about zombies. Last year, Leicester City Council was forced to admit that it had no specific preparations for dealing with a zombie invasion, although local authorities stressed that certain aspects of its emergency plan would apply to any disaster. Bristol Council City rather further. Does your local council care about zombies? Oh my God, what's this? Educate your voters. The first people to die in a zombie apocalypse are the ones that don't believe it's happening, or who can't recognise the signs of infection, or the ones who fail to barricade all the entry points into their house. An educational leaflet circulated all around the homes covered by your council will help to prevent unnecessary maulings. And if citizens are provided with a questionnaire to evaluate their usefulness and likelihood of survival in a Z-Day scenario, might even allow you to create something of a voluntary militia to be the front line of zombie defence from the stronger candidates, and ensure The slow and stupid, or should have seen that coming, victims of infections are kept in some kind of corral for their own safety.